Well, hello everyone. Alejandro J. Tornato. I am the founder and CEO of Tornato Speaking, Leadership and Coaching LLC, and it is a great delight to be connecting with all of you once again. And today, I want to talk to you about this subject. You can see there in the title, talk to yourself instead of what? Instead of listening to yourself. Talk to yourself instead of listening to yourself. You know, we don't want to listen to those internal voices that we have. Usually, you see people listening to their voice behind their ears because in most cases, that voice is not telling you nice things. I was out earlier today. I went for a walk. It was beautiful. It's still beautiful, very sunny outside. Kind of a crispy, but very sunny. And I shared about what voices are we listening to? What voices are we listening to? And that internal voice very often can be our very worst enemy. So that's what I'm saying. Talk to yourself instead of listening to yourself. I want to share something with you. Dr. James Gills. Dr. James Gills is the only person to complete 6 double Ironman triathlons. And the last time that he did it, he was 59 years old. This gentleman is the only person who completed 6 double Ironman triathlons. And the last time that he did that, he was not a puppy. He was 59 years old. I have a friend. I am part of a group, CLA, the Connected Leaders Academy. And I have a friend, Ivy Perez, a dear friend. I consider her the sister, one of the sisters that I never had. And she just recently completed a triathlon. And what a joy it was to hear her journaling her journey up until the moment that he actually competed in the triathlon. And she was very successful in completing the triathlon, and she felt extremely fulfilled and happy, and we all felt that happiness because we were on that journey with her. You see, when Dr. James Gills, when he was asked how he did that, how he completed 6 double Ironman triathlons, he said the following. He said, I've learned to talk to myself instead of listening to myself. That is something that we need to learn. It takes practice. But he says, I've learned to talk to myself instead of listening to myself. If I listen to myself, I hear all the doubts, the fears, and the complaints of why I cannot finish the race. Isn't that true? Now, If instead of listening to myself, if I talk to myself, I can feed myself with the words that I need to keep moving forward. How interesting that is. Listening to yourself versus talking to yourself. You see, when you listen to yourself, that voice that you're listening is keeping you away from achieving the goal that you want to achieve, because it wants to keep you safe. It puts doubts in your mind. It brings fears to your whole self. It brings complaints to you. It brings darkness as opposed to clarity of thought. And in most cases, it paralyzes you with those doubts and those fears. You get stuck when you listen to that voice. And so we need to start learning. Then rather than listening to ourselves, we need to start talking to ourselves. And when we talk to ourselves, as in the case of Dr. Gills, when he talked to himself, he was feeding himself with the words, powerful words, that he needed to keep moving forward. And so, in your case, again, when you're confronted with something that you're doing and that a project that perhaps at some times it can be overwhelming, don't listen to that voice. Talk to yourself and says, it doesn't matter how overwhelming it is, I am going to do it. I will conquer it. I will keep moving forward. I will find the way. I will do it. I am determined. I have the strength. I have the energy. I am fully resourced. Those are words of empowerment that we need to hear. Not listening to the words of doubts and fears. On the contrary, we need to counteract that. So let's stop listening to ourselves and let's begin the practice of talking to ourselves. Talking to ourselves to success, talking to ourselves to significance, talking to ourselves to empowerment. That's what we need to do. And then, as Dr. James Gills did, he talked to himself into competing and doing 6 double Ironman triathlons. Even at that ripe age. That's because words are powerful. And powerful words can help us change our mindset and keep our minds focused and our hearts focused into the goal, into the destination. So let's start today talking to ourselves rather than listening to ourselves. And we are going to see the wonderful difference that would make. That's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate all of you. I hope that this message will inspire you, will get you going with renewed strength, commitment, and determination. Until the next time that we meet, Alejandro J. Tornato is going out, and have a great rest of the day. Be well.